Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show. And now, here's Jeff Crilley.
Welcome back to the final segment on the Jeff Crilley Show. I want to introduce you to two special guests who are really leading a national movement, Michael Kerrigan and Robert Caltubiano with Deputize America. Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right, let's start with you, Michael. Tell us about this movement.
Well, Deputize America was kind of a brainchild of mine 3.5 years ago. If you'll remember, back in December of 2012, there was a tragic shooting at Sandy Hook School where 20 children and 6 adults were killed. And the following day on the news, President Obama had a conference in the Oval Office, and they'd brought in some of the children from the school. And I look at this, and he's giving a speech about we got to create a safer America for our children. And I see the children there, and they're in the Oval Office. And I'm figuring they're probably pretty safe today. But tomorrow they're going back to Connecticut. Mm-hmm. What's changed? What are they going to do? They pass another law that says it's really, really bad to shoot children? That's not going to help. So I got to think, what would I do? And so my thought was, well, I'd deputize 10 million Americans that would take an oath, personal oath, to get involved when there's a situation at hand. One of the things I notice is that, and most people don't realize this, that in a deadly force situation, like at Sandy Hook or at the movie theater, any deadly force situation, who are the first responders? Jeff, who are they?
Police and fire?
Well, that's what most people think. But that's not the case. The first responders are the victims themselves. Mm. And then the people nearest to them. And eventually, yes, the great police and the firemen, everybody shows up. But the first responders in any situation in any of our lives is ourselves and those around us.
Wow.
So Deputize America is about creating a safer America.
And you've got a dream team, you really do. And one of the members of your dream team is with you today. Robert, you spent how many years with the Secret Service?
Almost 27.
27. So we were talking in the hallway. I asked you, your 30-second elevator speech about Deputize America. When you are asked, what is Deputize America, what do you tell people?
Well, first of all, it's a movement. But it's a movement of connecting the communications aspect of the 21st century now to people getting involved again. And how do we link them together? So just imagine for a minute that, you're nice and safe in your own home, Jeff. But 3 doors down, somebody needs help. And you know nothing about it.
Right.
How can we communicate to each other to get back involved again?
Well, you have some exciting news because this movement will soon have some technology that will be at all of our fingertips. Michael, share that with us.
So we have an app, which is still a few weeks out, but it'll be live sometime in November. And the app does 2 things. It connects people with situations, as Robert was saying. So that if you were to put your family on the app, and we have, just to share with you, it's six devices in a family can go on an app. And plus you can add 8 friends, right? So if you're in trouble, right, let's just say, we'll just do the simple panic, right? You're in trouble. Somebody created a situation in your life, you're afraid. All you have to do is shake your phone. Shake your phone hard. Everybody on your list is going to get notified, and just like Uber, is going to see a map of exactly where you're at, and they can just, as quickly as possible, get over to help you out.
Wow.
That's one half. The other half is our 10 million American deputies that we're looking for. We're going to be signing up, and we'll be vetting them. And so if I'm an American deputy, I get to set what's called a geofence. So anyone that hits their alarm within, say, a 2-mile range of me, I'm going to see on my phone that you're in trouble. I'll see your picture, and I can come straight to your aid immediately.
Wow. Robert, one of the things that strikes me today that I think people just don't want to get involved. I mean, you can have situations in America where there are muggings going on and nobody calls the cops. Is that kind of what Deputize America is all about?
Yeah, we want to become the universal help tool, universal help system to connect people again. And, just turn on your news every night and, you see what is going on. So just imagine for a minute if one person can make a difference. And that, it just starts with you out there in linking everybody together, communities bit by bit, one person at a time. And If you need help, we're there.
I know part of the plans for the technology, Michael, is to have your phone become a video recorder and audio recorder. So explain that.
So let's just say that your daughter is in trouble, and she sets her alarm off. Immediately, her phone will start sending to the cloud either pictures and/or voice recordings, in a secured cloud environment for the case. We create a case out of it.
Wow.
Now, I'm a deputy. I get close, and immediately my phone, I don't have any choice. My phone comes on automatically and sends all the information that I'm seeing and doing to the cloud. And so as many people that do. So we end up with a case in the cloud to have the evidence to know what happened.
Wow. I just got chills. So somebody let's suppose a woman is walking through a parking garage in downtown Dallas, and a creepy guy is kind of lurking about. She shakes the phone, and her phone is now recording everything.
It will be recording things, correct.
So how do people become deputized? What happens?
Well, we've got a system that we've worked out with the largest background check company in the world, actually. So to become an American deputy, it's pretty simple. If you're a felon, you don't get a join. If you aren't a felon, right, and you choose to get involved, we'll background check you, and you will then get that portion of the app.
Wow.
So you can help. Now, you can turn it on and off. You can be on duty or off duty. It's up to you. And you can set your geofence as wide or as small as you want.
Now, you say 10 million, and I see that the potential for this is 200 million. Robert, why did you get involved in Deputize America?
I got involved because of spending almost 27 years in history with our presidents and the involvement that I've seen. You when you work in government, you want to take that extra step. And meeting Michael really solidified what can I do to continue my involvement of providing, just the American spirit to people. And this is what it's about. It's about rekindling the American spirit of who we are. America was built on courage, freedom. Well, to be free, you have to be courageous. And being courageous means you have to be involved. And I learned that from Ronald Reagan.
Wow. That's so powerful. So one of the things that if you're not watching this on YouTube, Michael is so passionate about this. Where does this passion come from?
My whole business career has been about helping people see the world a little bit differently than they grew up seeing it. Fear disappears when light is shined on things. And so when I see the direction that the country's in, I see the difficulties that our law enforcement have, and particularly today, it's even more difficult for them. We've got to do something about it. And I grew up in a little town. We got involved. I still think we should get involved. It bothers me that our society over the last 40 years has really turned into a don't get in trouble society.
Right.
And so we don't get involved. ICE is here. We have some real serious problems. And one of the things I like about Robert is having been on the Secret Service side in the government, we know what's coming. These bombings and things we see, they're coming more and more and more. We can do something about it. But to leave it to the government, they're doing everything they can.
Right.
But we need to get involved.
We were using the word responsibility when we were talking about this the other day. Robert, what is our responsibility?
It goes back to a lot of things. And Jeff, if you allow me to, and your listeners out there, there's a great story or a poem that was written many, many years ago. And it solidifies the spirit of who we are and what a Deputize America is about. And it's called America, Why I Love Her. And it goes like this. You ask me why I love her. Well, give me some time and I'll explain. Have you ever seen the Kansas sunset or the Arizona rain? And have you ever drifted on the bayou way down in Louisiana way, or have you ever watched that fog as she slowly drifts along San Francisco's bay? Have you heard the bobwhite calling in the Carolina pines or the bellow of a diesel in the Appalachia mines? Does the call of the Niagara thrill you when you hear her waters roar? Or do you look in awe and wonder at the Massachusetts shore where brave men first stepped on Plymouth's rock? And Jeff, tell me, do you ever think about them when you stroll along a New York City dock? Or have you seen the snowflakes falling in the Rockies way up high? Or Have you seen the sun when she comes blazing down on that bright Nevada sky? Or do you hail to the Columbia when she rushes to the sea? Or all of us, do you ever bow your head at Gettysburg at our struggle to be free? You see, have you ever seen the mighty Tetons, or have you watched an eagle soar, or have you ever seen the Mississippi as she rolls along Missouri's shore? Or have you felt a cold chill at Michigan's on a cold winter's day when her waters rage along the shore in such thunderous display? Or does the word aloha make you feel warm? Or do you ever stare at disbelief when you see those waves when she comes roaring in on Waimea Reef? You see, from Alaska's gold to the Everglades, from Maine to Rio Grande, my heart, she cries out and my pulse runs fast at the Idaho domain. So, Jeff, if you ask me why I love her, I have a million reasons why. Our beautiful America beneath God's wide, wide sky.
Wow.
That's what it's about. That's what Deputize America is about.
Can we get some clap? Wow, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Michael, we've got about 1 minute left, so I'll give you the final word. What do you want people to think about when they think about Deputize America?
One thing is that in Dallas today, yesterday, a little girl that's 12 years old went missing. And that's tragic. I hope they find her. I hope she's safe. Going forward, once our app is out, if families get on our app, if that little girl's in trouble, you will be notified immediately she's in trouble. You won't be showing up at school, missing your little girl, then trying to find her. We can find anyone, anywhere, any place in the world. That's wow. Deputize America.
DeputizeAmerica.com.
Get involved.
.org.
DeputizeAmerica.org. Thank you guys for being on the Jeff Crilley Show.
Thank you,
Jeff.